Hello and welcome back to the channel. Honestly, it's so good that you're here. Very important video today. I want to open in a very honest way because this topic is quite close to me. And I know if you're watching this, you've probably been to a bit of a journey on your own too. And I would love to start with something about myself, about my life. And if it's never been in a straight line, there have been some dark roads, strange terms, chapters that felt confusing, that taught me that I will never find peace again. And then there were moments of clarity, of stillness, there were moments powerful that changed everything. And some parts of my life have been rooted and stable, and others have been extremely chaotic. Shiny on the outside, but hollow within. And I guess it's the same to you. We're all taking wrong turns, we follow the noise, we tend to get distracted with things that look exciting, but all of a sudden, once we get there, we feel lost on it. But for me and for you, every single one of those paths, whether it's painful, whether it's easy, or whether it is uncomfortable, has led me to this moment, to this space, and for this I am grateful. Because chaos didn't break me, it shaped me. And now I want to talk to you about how we move from chaos to clarity. And it is not by running from our story, by finally seeing it. This is something that I've been wanting to bring to the channel since the very beginning. And all start with one word. Guess what? Self-awareness. It's a word that we hear a lot, and honestly, I have several videos about it. There is a video about this topic in the channel, so if you haven't seen it, you can check it. It's in the channel. You can watch it up to this. But today, I want to go even a little deeper. To me, self-awareness is not about fixing yourself. It's not about becoming someone new. It's about coming home to who you always have been, but maybe you stopped recognizing it along the way. Self-awareness starts when you stop trying to erase the chaos and instead choosing to understand it. For a long time, I believe that clarity will come one day when life got easier, or maybe I reach or hit certain milestone and one day I will have all the answers. But what I've learned is this: clarity does not come from perfection, it comes from presence, from paying attention. When you start to really look at your life from your choices, your habits, your triggers, you will start to see the patterns. And once you see them, then you can choose to change them. That's where peace really begins. And it always starts with one word, and is acceptance. You don't have to love every part of your story right away. You just have to stop running away from it. And that's the foundation where everything we'll talk about on this channel. It's not about chasing some ideal version of yourself, but learning how to walk with who you truly are. And one of the most powerful tools I've used on my self-awareness journey is something called the personal timeline exercise. Now, listen, this isn't about writing a memoir or about digging through wounds just for the sake of it. It's about mapping your life in a way that reveals these patterns, the choices, the moments that shaped you. And I've done this exercise many times. I remember I first came across with it during my coaching certification. And funny enough, it kept showing up in my life so many times. And quite recently, actually, I was completing a business mastery training with one of my mentors, Nefsha. And honestly, once again, it changed my relationship with myself. It's simple, but it's very profound. All you have to do is just to draw a timeline, not of the world, but of your world. And mark the moments that you felt lost, where you fell alive, where you succeed, or where you just fell apart. And it is simple, but it is incredibly deep. I remember looking at mine, and once I did, I could finally see my story clearly. I could see when I was chasing things that weren't mine. I could see when moments that I felt truly aligned. I could see how every chaotic chapter had taught me something that I needed to know. And again, it's not about reliving the pain. It's about honoring the path. That's the gift of the personal timeline exercise, because it gives you your life narrative, not just a noise. It shows the river beneath all the chaos, the steady currents that has been guiding you all along. And you know what's the best part? That you don't need to be a writer, or you don't need to be a spiritual master to do it. All you just need to do is just be willing and be honest. Start by writing 10 key moments of your life. Moments that felt big, good, or bad. Moments that left a mark. Then look at them. What connects them? What choices did I make? What lessons keep showing up? That's when you start to see the patterns. And more importantly, that's when you'll start to understand your power. Because your story doesn't just explain who you are, it points you who you are becoming. And if you want to go deeper into this, I guide you this process step by step on my coaching sessions. There is actually a full version of this inside my Patreon channel, where I walk you through how you can create your personal timeline and what you need to do when something reveals. This isn't really about healing, it's about clarity. It's about claiming your story instead of letting it find you. And because once you start looking at your story, really looking at it, something powerful begins to happen. You will start notice your patterns, the repetition, the circles, and you start to see those times when things flow and times when things fell apart. For me, I don't mind sharing this actually, but for me, I saw periods where I was deeply connected with creativity and joy, and other moments where I got pulled by distractions into shiny things and material goals and external validation, with an image, with an illusion of success. And I chased those things hard, and I got them, and I thought they will make me really happy, but they didn't. In fact, they made me feel emptier. They made me feel lonely. And I've seen these things in others too. People really chasing versions of their life they thought they would fulfill them. Relationships, job titles, dreams, or even families, and only to arrive there and feel nothing. And that's where the personal timeline exercise is so important, because it shows you where those distractions crept in, where your energy could pull it off track, where you started living in someone else's idea of a meaningful life. And it's okay. But here is the key. You don't beat yourself up because those chapters. You don't label them as, oh, I failed them. You met them with acceptance, because those moments, all of them, even the wrong turns that they taught you something. They reveal something to you. They help you to refine your truth. And I want to say this very clear. You don't need to have a perfect past to have a powerful future. Self-awareness doesn't mean looking back and judging who you were. It means understanding where you've been, so you can choose where you're going. And that's why acceptance isn't just a feel-good idea. It's the first step towards transformation. Because when you stop rejecting those parts of you, of that journey, you can finally integrate them. And once that happens, your chaos makes sense and clarity really begins. So now that you heard a bit of my story and maybe you are now starting to think about your own, I want to ask you something simple. What would your personal timeline look like? If you sat down right now with a pen and a paper, what are the key moments that shaped you? What chapters made you stronger? What detours taught you something that you didn't know you need? Because here's what I believe. You don't need any motivation. You don't need understanding. You need to feel it and see it by yourself, not just by the world. And the personal timeline exercise is a powerful way to start. You don't need to fix your life. You need to know your life. That's when the chaos starts to settle. That's when the clarity really begins. And if you want a bit of guidance into this, if you want to sit down with me and walk you through all these steps together, I've created a full version of this inside my Patreon. It includes everything you need to build your timeline, to recognize your pattern, and to start shaping them with intention. This journey is better when we do it together. So you can join today at any level that feels right for you. And if you want to learn more about myself, check out my website. You can find all the links down below. And if this video gave you something to think about, leave a comment down below, subscribe to the channel, give a like, and share it with someone who might need a little bit. Because clarity begins with truth, and truth begins with you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for walking this with me. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.